Welcome. This week's episode of the Nitty Gritty. We have Cam's favorite guest of all time already.
I
Jess
can't even wait
Toolson.
for this.
Jess,
I want to
thanks
crawl
for
under
coming.
the desk
You
right
know
now.
it, you
and it
guys.
has nothing to do with Jess. She's great.
You know what, though? I think the best thing is that if only people could see Cam's upper lip starting to sweat, because he's already nervous about the conversation we're going to have. I can see it. We're going to, you know what? But we're going to break some barriers here.
Okay.
We're going to have you walk out of this an expert on
Oh, please don't.
periods.
Oh.
So, yeah, in case you were wondering, this is right up our alley.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely
What has
something
become of us?
that we should be talking about here, right?
No.
You know what, though? No, listen.
Let's
here's
just
the
call it the scientific term. Shark Week.
Ooh,
Okay? That's way better. I can handle that.
No, I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys for having this conversation with me.
Oh, man.
So we have to give credit where credit is due, and she gets mentioned every episode, so here it goes. This was Anna.
You know what? What would anyone do without Anna?
So Anna's,
She's amazing.
she
She's my
introduced
hype
us,
girl.
and she was like, you need to talk to Jess. And I was like, all right. So I looked at the company, Mixhers. I was like, Anna, are you sure about this? Like, did you click the wrong person in this group chat? Like, I don't know if this one, I don't know how this fits. But she was like, no, Jess is amazing. You need to talk to her. It's going to be okay.
She's so nice.
So,
she's great.
Thank
We
you
love
for
Anna.
coming down, even though
thanks
it's
for
probably
having-
not exactly what you are used to. Coming into a barbecue joint and talking with a couple of dudes.
But you
Shark
know what's
Week.
about Shark Week? No, but you know what's cool about this is Mixhers, our company. Yes, for those of you listening, for your first time exposure to Mixhers, we do have a product that helps women with their monthly PMS symptoms. And
See, that's an
for
okay
you
word.
guys,
Like, that
yeah,
was
there we
good.
go.
Thank
Are you like? Did
No, that was good.
You're
I
done
didn't cringe
sweating.
or anything right there.
Good boy.
Just to clarify, I don't know what it. We were talking earlier about the word moist.
Yeah.
Most women hate the word moist.
Well, when
But
you
I hate
say
the
it
word-
like that,
I
think I hate any word when
Oh.
you say it like that.
Beef.
Like, I mean, I love some good brisket, but if you say it with that,
I get it.
But with Mixhers, it's cool that you guys are even willing to have me over here because really, we're on a mission to help people like normalize periods. And yes, I know you hate that word, but we all have, I know you guys have women in your lives that you care about. You're all shaking your heads. Yes.
Yep.
Girls, that's so sweet. They love you. No, but it's like you have women you care about. And so if you can help them feel better, I'm sure that you want to.
But I wonder, have you dealt with
Think
like a
twice
man
before-
wanting to get this? Like, is
So,
that insulting
you
to
ready
give to
for
your wife?
No, so you ready for me to tell you something?
Yes.
We have plenty of men that subscribe their wives. Plenty.
Wow. And they don't get in trouble. You're not getting any
I
Google reviews like,
okay.
I was so excited about this, but I've been in the basement for 2
But
weeks.
we've caused about 75 divorces. No, I'm kidding. No.
What are you saying?
No, I think it's actually something like that can be, when approached correctly, like a really like a kind gesture. Like you are hearing that your wife month after month is frustrated that like, oh my gosh, this week my jeans don't fit. Like I feel so fat. Oh my gosh, I'm so crampy. And like I know you guys don't understand those pains, but like
I know
they're
all about
legit. You know about being
bloating and
crampy.
not fitting in my jeans.
No, but it's like it's a true discomfort. And so I know for men, it's like to see a woman you care about, whether it's, your wife or a
solve that
sister
problem.
or you want to solve the problem. So like I know that men have purchased her time. That's our main, like we call it our baby. That's our main product.
Right.
And they've approached their wives or even sisters, which I think is super cute. Like,
Holy
hey,
crap.
no, seriously.
I'm not
No, but
touching
is
that
that
hornet's nest. Oh, man.
No, I think it's cute if it's like, hey, I stumbled across this and I know you're in pain. We're not going to talk about like the moodiness,
Well,
the
that's what
irritability.
they do.
Like,
What you
I
talk
know.
about, They just
I am
automatically
gonna
assume the
tell-
worst.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick with you boys. Don't you dare go tell a girl that she's moody.
Well, but
So
they just think that we think that.
No, but
Even
you
if
got
we
to
don't
say
say
like, hey, I keep hearing you talk about how you're cramping. Let's fix it. Like, why would you not go get your wife an ibuprofen? You would.
Well,
So
she has
this
to
is
ask for it. Right? Am I flirting with the line right now?
No.
I'm not going to get in trouble?
I think we're okay so far.
Okay.
I think you're doing great.
It's
I wouldn't be
just-
mad at you
like,
if I
let's
were
think-
your wife, you know?
I think what you said is perfectly right. Like
Yeah.
we do care. but it's still like you still have to, kind of tread
Like,
lightly in
tread
that
lightly.
department, right? Maybe
Well,
I'll just drink maybe
you just
around that
start
right
drinking her
time. I'll
time.
just drink it like, oh,
What is
gosh,
that?
I love this stuff. You should try it.
It's like it's been so helpful. You no longer have a period.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Wait,
like
Cam,
super
could you
happy
please
4
say
out of 4
the?
weeks.
Be like it's like
Wait,
Crystal Light.
hold on, Andrew. I think we need to
I
get
love
Cam
hockey.
to say.
Period.
Yeah. He said it. He said the word.
That's the punctuation.
That's so awesome. But to your credit,
Yeah.
once Anna kind of introduced us, I was paying attention. You're everywhere. Like you guys have done a really good job of kind of getting out there. So I'm actually really excited to talk.
Yeah.
I don't have super huge interest maybe in the product per se,
Yeah.
but
You will once I'm done. You're like
But, like,
all the ladies.
You're just
here we
saying
go.
that so you don't get in trouble. Huh?
I'm smart.
Girls,
But, like-
it's actually so cute to the women in your life how cute you guys are treading lightly.
But the business side will be fun. So
Yeah.
I'm really curious. When did this idea first come? Like,
Yeah.
how did this come to be? How are we now sitting here today?
Okay. So it's actually been like a long time coming. So I spend more than half of the year living in Europe, and I have 3 kids, and we travel back and forth, and I raise my family in Europe, and then I'm here usually for the summer months in like the off season of my husband's sports. So I did not relate all growing up to girls like in high school or, college roommates that were like in bed for a full week during their period. Like, honest truth, I have had to swallow my words where I'm like, I used to be the one that was like, oh my gosh, she's so dramatic. She's fine. Like this, I cannot believe it. Like, why will she not get out of bed? Like, I had those thoughts. So like, I've had to like go back and be like, I am sorry that I had,
Right. It's super different for everybody,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So in college, high school, I did not suffer with like brutal menstrual cycles. Cam's over here like dying.
Gosh.
No.
Oh.
Shark Week. There we go.
Anna.
I did not struggle with my Shark
Thank
Week.
you.
I love it. No, but then after I had kids, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, like a lot of things change. A lot changed for me, and after having kids, I did start to struggle. Like I could tell that I wasn't feeling my best in my mood for a solid 10 days. This will make you sweat, but like it was too much blood flow for me to like live a
Holy
normal
hell.
life with. Yeah.
Andrew?
No, you guys, I have to just get it out here.
That was the one thing you said before you
I
shut
had to-
up. You said, I hope there's not that in there.
What's the
Anna, Anna.
Safe word?
If only you knew how much Cam is full sweating. No. Okay, so he's like, save
Good
me.
bell.
SOS. SOS. No, okay. Post having my babies, it was rough. And I'm like, I need some help. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. This is
can't
really
even
funny.
Continue because Cam.
I don't know how to I'm so nervous. I
I feel like we're in like
My heart's racing right now.
I feel like we're in like a 7th grade like
I'm
health
the worst.
class right
it's
now.
So true.
Like, Cam,
I know.
here is a no.
I can handle a lot usually too. That's the
No.
funny thing. Like I watched all of my wife's C-sections, just like
Oh, wait, hold
went
on.
over the curtain.
Hold on.
I'm good.
I can't watch a C-section.
I'm just. It's weird, but for some reason, talking about this has always made me just like,
Okay, well, my goal by the end of this is to get you to say the words blood flow.
oh my hell.
No, okay. No, so after I had my kids, I was like, this is not normal. Like, I finally totally relate to girls that are struggling. And I'm like, I'm going to find a solution. So I did all the normal things that girls do. Midol, ibuprofen, like you were so kindly saying, you'll get your wife. None of it works. It's like relieves some pain for a little bit of time, but there's like, it's not the solution. So I started seeking out alternatives. And in conversation and it ends up now being a partner of mine, I found a holistic health practitioner. And I'm like, this is an issue. Like, I am a mom of 3. I can't not be helping my family for a solid 10 days. I mean, like, of course, a mom doesn't get a stop. But I mean, like, it was a struggle to be the best mom, which is just, like, not fun to deal with.
Yeah.
I love living an active lifestyle. That was,
That's
like,
hard enough as it is.
yeah, totally.
Without Shark Week.
Yeah.
Without Shark
Then-
Week and a half.
Look at you. Yeah. Love that.
See, it's just the words.
Okay,
That's
we're going to
it.
refer to it always as
All the
Shark
R's
Week.
word.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Look. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
It's just I've always struggled with this conversation. I don't get it.
That's why we're doing it.
I feel so
I'll
lucky.
buy tampons at the grocery store.
I feel so lucky that I'm
that's
even
easy.
here. How did you even allow this?
What's funny is I knew it was coming. I wasn't even worried about it. And then I got on the website and saw some of the like, here's the things that it helped.
Some of the.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And I even told Andrew right before he came in, like, if anybody says this phrase right here, I'm out. It was like 6 minutes and we were already there.
I'm like T-2.
But you're so nice and you're really fun. So we can.
You'll let me continue?
No, I'll man up is what I'm saying. I'm being a big baby.
I love it. No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
No. So anyway, this woman, Cody, she was like, I know this sounds a little nutty, but
Where'd you find her?
So she's actually a cousin of my husband, like distant relative, but we like are in passing a lot. And I had just mentioned this issue to her and I'm like, hey, do you have anything that could help me? She's like, this is going to sound crazy, but yeah, I do. Like I've been mixing. She's super holistic, which is awesome. Not an approach I had taken to anything in my health previous to this. Cause I am like very like, give me a NyQuil, give me a, so I was like, but at this point, like when you're that desperate for change, you'll try it. So at this point, she was taking these herbs, you guys, mixing them in her kitchen and putting them in capsules herself. So like we're talking like witch potions, you know? So she gave it to me and I'm like, to be honest, I didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah.
So I took the first month of this blend that she was making and I'm like, wait, hold on. That had to have been in my head. Like I was noticing major changes, but I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, I'm going to go another month. And then after about 3 months, I called her and I'm like, okay, I've got to know, is this actually helping me? I listed off like the differences I was noticing, like no more migraines, no more cramping. I'm going to say not the words that make you so... I noticed less.
They call them A days and B days in your house.
No, like I was functioning at a higher level only after like 2 or 3 days instead of 10 days. How did you like that change of words?
That was way better. See?
You know?
It's just, we got to meet in the middle on communication.
I got you. No, so I'm like, what is this? And so anyway, broke it down. We had an awesome conversation.
Did you know what you were taking?
I did, but I didn't really care. Yeah. Honest truth. Like I wasn't like, white kelp. What is this?
Yeah.
No, it's not my realm.
Yeah.
That's what I like. It's just not my lifestyle normally. I like to live healthy, but that's not my realm.
For sure.
And she's like, Jess, 100% let me sit you down and tell you why. This is why you're feeling better in this area. This is why you're not feeling cramping. And so she was able to explain to me that women were not taught that we actually don't have to suffer 2 weeks of every month. It's that we're experiencing nutrient deficiencies. So women, it's like, no, you're not taught that in your health class, or like when you first start your cycle as like a young girl, your mom doesn't know to tell you like, hey, you're going to start to experience these symptoms and here's why, let's fix it. It's like, well, welcome to being a girl. Here we go. And that's literally how women feel about month after month after month. And so it was eye-opening for me. And at the time I was 28 years old to hear that for the first time. Like, wait, what? Like, that is my body. Those are signs of my body telling me you're lacking certain nutrients and we can fix it. Those are all signs of your body like, hey.
Why isn't that talked about more?
Well, I'm on a mission. Is that not the strangest thing?
I mean, your market.
My doll doesn't want to lose market share.
Your market is literally every
half
woman
of the world. Like,
yeah. How is that not?
Yeah.
I don't know, a more common conversation.
I could not agree more with you. And that's why I'm even more appreciative that you're letting me be here. Because really, it's just something that women, like, we just toughen up.
Like, if nothing else, how have we not figured this out?
Yeah.
Because we're not allowed to, Andrew.
Well,
that's why. We get our heads bitten off. It is not our area to mess with. We're supposed to be supportive.
Just choose an A day to talk about it.
I'll get the I'll get the ibuprofen when she asks.
Yeah.
But I can't hand it to her, right? Because then she'll be offended. So,
She'll let
and
you hand it to her
I'm
now.
speaking in
Tell her to
generalities
send-
here.
I know you're
This
talking
is
about women
something-
in general. I know.
Yes.
Send them my way.
Oh,
Send them
deal.
my way.
Deal.
I got you.
But it is like that communication thing
It's
is kind of hard.
No, it's for sure
Right?
tough. And no, that's totally a thing that women.
Right.
It is something we're sensitive about because I think what it does
Well, and rightly
for
so,
women
I
is
get
when
it.
you're already aware, like I don't know what's going on today, or like I feel off, and you're trying to kind of suppress that because that's what happens to women. Like I know I'm being moody, but like I already know and I'm insecure about it. So then when someone feeds that insecurity, it's like,
right.
you know,
It's hard.
Just a little fuel on top of the fire. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Well, we're
Yeah.
not allowed to complain about it. I mean, we shouldn't be able to because, listen, women got gypped. Really.
Yep.
This is why they're way tougher than us. Like we always joke. It's like we talk about this all the time. Like women are so like
Tough.
not even a question,
I know.
right? Like
All it would take is one dude to have a baby, and he'd tell his friends, and we'd be like, "Nah,
no way,
No.
not happening."
done.
I know. I always tell my husband, I'm like, could you imagine, like, okay, show up for one of your professional basketball games on your period.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
How
there's
can-
women that do it. They show up feeling absolutely terrible.
Right.
And they're expected to show up and perform at their highest level. And it doesn't
Well,
matter what day of the month
I
their
didn't even
cycle.
think about the athlete thing.
Oh, yeah.
This has got to be huge with
So
athletes.
like
then.
this is something really cool. We have this girl, Rebecca Rowley, obsessed with her. You got to look her up. She's the world's third strongest woman. Okay, she's insane. And so we have her working with Mixhers because I wanted to know, what does this do to you and your strength every single month? Like when you're on your cycle, do you notice a difference? And she's like, 100%. Like my PRs, I'm hoping I get her PRs correct. Like her PRs are like 1 week before her cycle. The full week of her cycle, she's like, I can't even get near to like the strength level. I'm fatigued, like lightheaded, all the things. So we have her on her time, and she's like, finally a tool that helps me keep optimal performance, because it matters for her to be able to show up to compete in her world events. What if it does line up on her cycle? Like that's going to happen. So no, sports, we're working over at UVU actually with the women's athletic department.
Very cool.
To get all their female athletes on our product, Her Time. It's totally a thing. And one thing with you guys, you're being so sweet on here talking about this, but something that
So
Mixhers.
refreshing to hear that. By the way.
You guys are being cute. I
Thank
get it
you.
that it's uncomfortable. I love it because now I hear my husband out there like pumping up Mixhers and being like, you should check into it. It's like a hormone supplement. And I'm like, yeah, babe, let's go. I love it. No, but I think something with Mixhers too is like, we are definitely like you were saying, like women got gypped. I believe like we're incredible. Like women are so tough, and
insanely
you do too. But here's the thing. Mixhers, I'm not on the mission to be like, girls, like we're so tough. Men, you don't even get it. To me, it's like, it's so cute to see men like rally around women and be like, hey, like that is hard. Like recognizing the struggle and like helping her not feel, I don't know, like, yeah, that totally sucks. But instead of like rallying around women, I think that's so great. So like at Mixhers, we're totally like, I have a team of men that like do some stuff with us. And I love seeing men like caring to learn. And we're not trying to be this brand, because that is totally a thing in like the female hormone realm, to be like girls, like girl power, men, you don't get it, that sort of stuff. And that's not my jam. Like I'm actually like, I love that my husband cares for me to feel better. And I know that you guys care for your women to feel better in your lives, whether it is your wife or a sister or a daughter. Like that's next level. Like when you see your daughters suffering,
For sure.
you're like, I'll do anything to make her feel better. So to us and Mixhers, it's not about like, yes, it is like girl power, but yes, like we're all like in this together. Let's all,
No, and that's interesting, because there really is no talk about what it is that causes it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I don't even, because you're right. Like you said earlier, like guys just want to fix things, right?
Yeah.
It's not about the nail, like my favorite video of all time. And so, but it is hard because that's one of those areas where it's like, when do you approach it?
Totally.
How do you not get in trouble?
Yeah.
But you're right. Like if they're taking the time, I think it's kind of like the Midol conversation that you were saying earlier, where you just don't think that there's like, it is what it, like we just think it is what it is. And how can I make life easier on you when it happens? I think the other thing is just like knowing when it's going to happen. Like, that's one thing. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. Like, that's one thing I did ask Ashley, like, will you just let me know when it's starting so I just can like.
Did you say Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley, I have to tell you, Cam is over here being so cute about like treading so lightly, trying to be so like tender and kind. And actually, I'm like, it's super cute.
Oh my gosh.
He's wanting to be
scared.
helpful, but no, I know. No, but I get what you're saying. And I think the thing that men can do, if there's men listening to this at this point, they've probably all tapped out by now. I'm sorry, guys. Your ratings on this episode are like, or they'll be your highest because men are like, finally, what do I do?
I think
our audience like 85% women anyway.
I love that. Okay, yeah.
But we're asking man questions, right? And that's what kind of makes it different.
No, but I think like nothing. Like when my husband can come to me and be like, "Hey, I've been hearing you talk about how you're struggling with this, and I think I've found you a possible solution." How could I be mad? How could I be mad that he's hearing me like struggle with something and like, hey, I just heard this, babe. I have no idea if this is going to help you, but I sure hope so. Like, it's actually cute. Like, some of the testimonials we'll get are like, my husband is even grateful to you guys. Like,
wow.
The husband notices, and it's not because like, oh, hallelujah, now she's not raging for it. It's like, actually, it's like, it's like my husband notices that I'm feeling better. Like I'm thriving all month long. Like, you think about it. You think out of your month, if you had to take 10 days and bet, okay, so for a solid 10 days out of 30, I'm not going to feel that great. That sucks.
From like,
it's
what,
like coronavirus every month.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. For like from like 12 to 13 to 50 or whatever.
Well, and imagine like everyone.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And imagine everyone being like, well, that's just part of life. I don't know. Figure it out. Deal with it.
Yeah. No.
Here's a box of tampons.
How have we not fixed it yet?
Well, that's
like, aren't we making humans now? Pretty much with like genetics. Like, how come somebody else like, I'm done having kids? Like, shut it off.
Yeah.
How come nobody's figured that out yet?
So there kind of is stuff for that after the kids are gone.
But nothing that like doesn't like erase it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get it to. But this is a good start, right?
Yeah, we're trying.
Because that's what I've never, before this, I've never heard that that's what it was. Like, I just thought like it's for the reproductive system. It just happens.
Right.
Like, that's about as far as we go.
Just part of the female anatomy and your life.
I would say a lot of women think the same thing.
I know.
Right?
A lot of women think the same thing.
It's crazy. So, I mean, to hear that it just, your body's just, losing all these nutrients and minerals and all you got to do is replace it.
Yeah.
That's the other funny thing about the holistic thing. Obviously it's finally getting kind of the respect it deserves. I think nowadays it's taken a while, but we're so prone to just, we saw a commercial, it's at Walgreens. We go and get whatever medicine helps, whatever thing. But you don't think about, these old school methods that worked way better, but now it's just all about the money, right?
Yeah, and I think that we're at a good time now too, because I won't sit here and disrespect like medical doctors. I love medical doctors. I know they do have solutions, but at the same time, I think women are really tired of doctors telling them just change your birth control. Right. Or like when they're struggling, it's like, hey, just up your ibuprofen intake or take a hot bath, and it's like take a
hot bath. Yeah. It's like, homeboy, you are on thin ice right now.
So I think what is great is like there's enough women that struggle with this and are now like we're living in a time where people are more brave to like talk about tough topics.
Sure. Most
Again,
people.
we've look, the courage you have today
Oh, you are.
on this.
I can't tell if she's being really nice or patronizing me.
No, I love it.
Definitely both.
So many
Maybe
women
a
are just
little
like, oh, grow up.
No, but
Cameron."
that's the thing is like we've hit a time where like we can have these tough topics
sure.
like on social media. Like we talk, like you guys, yesterday we had a full story series talking about, I hope I don't get in trouble, sex on a period.
Yeah,
And
you
people
won't get in
like,
trouble.
you guys lit up our social media, like
Right.
talking about the topic. People want to talk about these things.
Right.
And women are like, oh my gosh, like I'm not alone in this. I didn't know
Especially
that
here.
all of
Because
you
all
felt
these
the
topics,
same.
Right.
everyone, they've
Oh.
been kind of the taboo, if you will, that if you do
100%.
feel this way, you don't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And
Or like, that's so,
Yeah.
no.
which has
Yeah.
been fun just with the podcast in general, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Is we get to tackle a bunch of this kind of stuff.
for
So-
sure.
After Kristen, like, yeah, that you were just scratching the surface of what you just said. You're
Okay,
good.
good. I was like, I
yeah,
don't
we,
know.
uh,
Can
we-
we? Do I need to
you
spell
gotta
it
hear
out? SEX. Ooh.
You need to go back and listen to our grocery list that she made
Got
us read. It's like every vagina. She made us say vagina.
She was.
What are some of the other words that we were supposed to say, Andrew?
There's a lot.
So no,
Anyways,
you're
okay.
safe. You're safe.
Okay. Good.
So I'm curious,
Yeah.
when did it go from it helped you were talking to her about kind of the science, if you will,
Yeah.
behind it, to I'm going to do a business? Because that's a huge,
Oh,
huge gap.
Yeah. So, okay, it started helping me, and I noticed a huge difference. And then it was time for my family to head back to Europe.
Oh.
Okay, so then we were like, all right. But that whole basketball season, sorry, my husband plays basketball. That whole basketball season, I'm like, there has to be something there, because I kept searching. There's nothing similar.
Did you keep
So-
taking her
Yes,
little
yes,
potion
I
while
did.
you're in Europe?
Yeah. So
Her little
while
potion.
yeah.
I don't know what else to call
Yeah,
it.
no.
What else do you call it?
Yeah.
Period juice. Isn't that what you
No.
called it earlier?
Her thing.
Well, it was still a juice. You
Yeah.
like, blended all the herbs
Yeah, it's just-
together,
It
right?
was a capsule.
It was
she
a
said.
capsule at the
Oh,
time.
okay.
Yeah, so I was, but then I just realized I'm like, there's something to this, and I knew at this time a lot of women that were struggling with the same things that I was, and they weren't using this magic potion that we're talking about. So they were continuing to struggle, and I'm like, well, I'm fine now. So then I realized I'm like, there's something to this. So then when I came home the next summer, so like you guys, when I say this has been like a long time coming, like I came home the next summer, approached, her name is Cody Sanders. She's a genius. I approached her and I said, listen, can I together with you use your formula? Let's go into the manufacturing process. I'll handle the business side of things. And can we make this a company? Like, let's offer this as a solution for thousands upon thousands of women, hopefully millions one day, you know.
Where did that confidence come from?
Um,
I mean, were you an entrepreneur before? Did you grow up in an entrepreneur family? I mean, because just right there, like, let's do this. I got the business. We'll find we'll do all this stuff. Like, even for like, just me thinking about that feels really overwhelming. And so
Yeah.
you talk about it really casually, like it's
Well,
not a big deal.
then I did a good job because no, I like to be upfront and tell you, like, I have literally guessed my way through this entire thing. I do come from a family of entrepreneurs. I have an awesome father, an awesome brother, that are entrepreneurs. But really, for me, I just started asking everyone I could think of. I know a lot of men that are in this supplement world, like pre-workouts and
Yeah.
different realms, and I'm like, how do you even do this? Like, I have this,
Like, how do you
these
source
ingredients.
this
How do I
material?
do that? Yeah. So I didn't have a ton of confidence but also I was fine because I didn't really know what I was getting into, right? Like, it's kind of
It's
like
that ignorance is so
Yes.
important at the
like
beginning
now,
of business.
I think back and I'm like, had I known everything, not that I know all the answers now, but like, had I known everything I have learned now, I don't know that I would have started.
Yeah.
Honest truth, because I would have been like, wait, it's that tough? Because it's been hard.
Yeah.
It's been really hard. But I just got in with some of, our first, they were our first formulators. They could provide us the blend. They'd order the ingredients in bulk. I've learned you can't trust everyone along the way, which has been a lot. Like that's been pretty tough for me to learn because I think I was pretty like naive in the beginning.
I think we all think the best in people.
Yeah.
Right? You want to assume the best. And if you tell me you can do something, you're going to do it. Right?
Yeah. So I spent money, wasted money, tried again. Now we're in like great hands.
So why didn't you quit? What do you think about it kept you moving forward?
Yeah. So I have a lot of women in my life that I care a lot about. And I know your podcast is not for me to come over here and get emotional, but I might.
We love emotional.
No, so like I have a lot of incredible women in my life, and I have a lot of incredible women that struggle with infertility. I know a lot of women that they have multiple kids at home and are suffering month over month with like endometriosis, just really suffering. And then I have twin daughters. And honestly, I don't know what they're going to face. I don't know what their cycles will be like when that time comes. But my thought about my girls being bedridden, missing days upon days of high school, missing out on sports, not wanting to go on first dates, things because of like the pains. I didn't want that to even be something that they were facing. And so I just honestly wanted to keep going and at least like go down trying, right? Because I'm like, the worst case scenario is I fail, but at least I know like, gosh, I really tried.
Yeah, you can go down swinging.
But like, what about if I have this idea, not that it's my formula, but Cody, and then I have the idea for the business, and then I'm like, well, sounds kind of hard. Like, I don't know, and never try. Like that, I'm the type of person where I know when I'm 65, that will eat me alive. Like I would rather try and try and try, give it my all, and then finally one day, if I really hate it that much, being like, well, listen, I at least know I can say I did my best.
Well, and I think that's the coolest legacy, if you will, for your daughters is watching their mom do that, right? Because that's what's fun about business and other things, athletics that we've talked about, is you can apply things all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So just watching someone say, hey, I'm going to try to solve a problem and it's hard and I'm not going to get it right, but I'm going to keep trying. And, who knows where it's going to go. So I love it. And it's so cool to hear these stories because it's I don't know, it's hard to communicate that like on a website, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's so hard for you to be able to tell this story and the why behind it. You kind of just have to talk about product features.
Yep.
Like you go back to the Simon Sinek circle, your why, how, and what. You have to talk about the why, how, and what.
No,
the
what was the circle?
The Simon Sinek golden circle.
Simon Sinek golden circle. Everyone's nodding their head like, yeah, everyone knows what the Simon says.
Everyone knows
is.
Simon Sinek.
I've never heard. No, who
Really?
is Simon Sinek?
What? Come on now.
No.
Got your laptop right there. Google.
So his book Start With Why is like one of the most impactful books in business, in life, you'll read, and it talks about the
I
goal.
cook barbecue for a living.
Your goal.
Good
I'm not
barbecue.
a TED Talker guy.
I promise this will apply to you.
Oh, I love this guy. He's
Duh.
the one that made fun of millennials.
Duh.
Yes, this guy's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I just didn't know his
So
name.
that's Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about the podcast, because we get to talk about that why, right? And hearing that, it just adds a whole different level to the product.
Yeah.
Like even like when Shine came on, like I don't care about makeup. But hearing them talk about why they started it and the reasoning behind it and these empowering messages, it's like, I want all my family to be using Shine makeup
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, it all starts from a simple idea. It's like,
There's a problem, they want to
how
solve
come
it.
nobody has done this yet?
Yeah.
Right? This has been an issue as long as time. And it's like, and it's always just by simple methods that like big things happen, right? And I feel like when you start a small business, it can't just be about money, or like there has to
There's a
be
weird
a
quote
passion or a why, right? And so otherwise you don't have the fuel to complete it
Keep going,
and get to the point where you do have a product, because
One, if you don't really love it,
exactly.
then you're gonna, when the money's not coming,
Right. And it's
then
not going to come
it
in the
doesn't-
beginning. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know many businesses where you're making money. Like, if you're starting something from the ground up,
scratch.
right?
Well, that's,
It's going to take some time. So you gotta have love for it.
well, like
So
we talked all about having passion, right? And I
Right.
love that Jerry Seinfeld, he termed it, you got to love it. Like,
Right.
I love it more than anyone else. And that's why I'll do more than anyone else will for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and for me as a mom, like I better love it or else I'm wasting a lot of time away from my kids. Because right now, trying to do a startup, get it off the ground, get our name out there, like really the end goal is to really be helping so many women. Like
Yeah.
I've got to be spending a lot of time away.
Like
so
even
if I don't
right now,
yeah.
you know, like you've got to be willing to come here.
Yeah.
You could easily be with your kids,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's, yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
So
That's nice, you guys.
you come back from Europe.
Yeah.
The idea is kind of marinated a little bit on you.
Yeah.
I love this. Like, what was your first thing you did? Like, what was your first step?
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember. I went to a guy that I knew was just somehow involved. I didn't really know how in a local supplement company.
Okay.
And I went to him and I said, listen, I have this idea. I didn't tell him what because I was nervous that he'd
Right.
take the idea. I'm like, I have this idea, but can I just like pick your brain for a minute or can I have some contacts? And to me, something I don't really struggle with because I'm this type of person where like my people are your people. Like I would totally be like, you've got to call this for, you know? So I was just like willing to like, will you like lend me some of your contacts? Let me just go chat and see how I do this. So he was awesome. So helpful. I went and sat down with like multiple local manufacturers of brands here. And I thought I had the right people.
Yeah.
And they ordered me in barrels and barrels of these ingredients. And they're like from China. They were like we've never like sourced these ingredients, but we'll try. And I'm like, you've got to try. I love this whole time that Cody Sanders, the formulator, she was like stuck to her, like, this will not change.
Yeah.
This is it. No, we don't go with the fake. No, we don't have the substitute. No, it is these ingredients and that's it. And so they brought in all of these ingredients. And then what happens is then you have to flavor these ingredients. And the issue is that our formula is all 100% natural and it's all herbs. So like you imagine herbs.
Nasty.
Disgusting. No, like so bad. And then the cool thing was that in this process, Cody was like, I don't really, in a dream of mine would be that these actually aren't capsules, because if we're drinking this solution, it's actually faster acting for women. So like their bodies would absorb the nutrients faster. So like in my dream world, we would flavor this. So that's why we were like, okay.
Cody was saying this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So she's like, capsules, like I would love for this to be actually a liquid form. So then these people were like, gosh, like this is going to be tough.
So like when you first
flavor.
ordered, your plan was to capsulate it.
So as the ingredients came, she like ingredients started arriving and she's like, what, is there a way to like throughout meetings?
Got it.
You know? So then I kind of like, they're like, oh my gosh, like this isn't going to taste good, but I think we could try. So they made our first blend and it was the same flavor profile that we have now. We call it our Pureberry. This is our very, very first Her Time product. We have more now. And I could not even stomach it. You guys, it was so bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So that was a summer. And then I left. So then I'm back in Europe and I'm like, well, I've got a lot of barrels of really disgusting stuff at home and I don't know what to do with it. I have about $40,000 of ingredients from China that are really gross. So then luckily, as I went to Europe, it was crazy how things kind of like the stars align. I started getting reached out to from our now manufacturer that is like, hey, let me take that powder. I know exactly what to do with it. This concept is insane. I want to be a part of it. He was just like, I don't know, one of those things where I'm like, had that not happened, I think I probably would have given up eventually. Just because I wasn't about to put like garbage out there,
For
you
sure.
know, like even if we knew it was going to be helpful, it's like, well, if no one's going to drink it, no one's going to drink it.
It's not like Alka-Seltzer,
Yeah.
where you're just going to power through.
Yeah.
My wife, she still won't drink. It's like the only thing that helped me. I'm like, just drink this. And she's like, nope, I would rather
I
it
will
be
not.
in pain. I will not drink that crap.
Yeah. So luckily I like came home. I had like had that previous manufacturer move everything over. That was touchy. That was tough. I'm really bad with like confrontation or I'm the type that like I want everyone to like be my friend and so that's like I've had to learn some
For sure.
things like how to toughen up a little bit and just walk away. But thankfully they were able to take the ingredients, re-flavor, make it much better. And then, so that's when we like actually had her time. It's cool little stick packs, easy to use. The goal of mine is that it becomes something that's just in every woman's purse together with their tampons. Like, you know, women, if you open up their purse, there's going to be an emergency pocket
There's a
zipper.
whole world in there. It's not just that.
there's
It's Mary Poppins.
there's enough stuff for your whole family to live off of for like
for
a
sure.
year. No.
But you can't find any of it either.
Yeah.
It's all in there
It's a
somewhere.
really organized
Wait, what?
chaos
You mean like
72-hour kit.
Wait, what? You mean like that bag down there? No.
It's like, hey, we got my
Yeah.
keys in my purse, and it's like, let me crawl in there, and I might
And you
find.
came out with like half-eaten apples and kid snacks
There
and
was
like
a couple years
Band-Aids.
where like the bags were like the size of
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
and it's
They-
just
they
like,
cut
hey, there's more room.
transitioned
Let's
away
put more
from that,
stuff.
but-
Yeah. No, so the goal is that like, you know, these sticks are easy. Throw in a bag, keep them with your, you know, emergency kit of tampons, and there's your her time.
At
Yeah.
that time, did you have like was Mixhers? Was there a company name?
Yeah.
Branding, all that
I
stuff
started
was already
like
done.
when those manufacturers, the good ones, when they reach out to me, I'm like, it's go time. Let's
Okay.
do this. I could just feel it, and I'm like, one of my other partners, his name's DJ. He came up with the name Mixhers, which
Is it
I
DJ
love.
Connor?
Totally.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Small world.
He's so awesome.
What up,
so,
DJ?
Yeah, what's up, DJ? Anyway, he came up with a name. I give him credit for that all the time. I love the name Mixhers. Makes perfect sense. And yeah, it was go time. And then we had, you know, the packaging process, all that. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing.
So how do they? I don't want to get into proprietary information, but what is the biggest difference? Like, how did they make it taste better? Like, was it just they knew how to certain combinations?
So
or-
they knew how to level out the herb flavor.
Okay.
So
Like
we
what, just,
haven't
like,
we haven't
counteract,
done
like,
any
that taste?
yes.
Okay.
So we haven't done any sort of like chemical processing to it. I know that there's manufacturers that will like spray herbs, so they like go through this whole process where you like spray this stuff on them and then you spin it. We haven't done anything like that because that messes with the herbs, and it's been really important to us to like, we are 100% natural. Like when you are drinking her time, even our flavoring, like the Pureberry flavors, now we have like juicy peach, we have raspberry refresher, strawberry lemonade. Like it is like the fruit in your drink with her time. So they just knew how to help cover and work with the herbs much better than the
Okay.
previous manufacturers. That the previous manufacturers, not an issue, but they just hadn't dealt with herbs. Not many people deal with herbs. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing, is like you can mix different ingredients that just have zero flavor, and then you're able to add the flavor on top of them. Like our herbs come with flavor.
Got it.
Yeah.
So then you get this going. You're all in.
Yeah.
What is
Then
your
I
thought?
left to Europe. No, I'm kidding.
That was about to say. Then you go again,
I'm
probably.
sorry, you're like, I'm so sick of that line.
No, but
Oh.
like, you finally have the product that you're like proud to put out there.
Yeah.
What was like your go-to-market strategy, and has that changed?
If only you could know my strategy. There was none. Like, no, listen.
Well, I like to ask because a lot of
Yeah, I
people
love
think,
it.
oh, I need to have this and this and this,
Yes,
because at
you-
this stage you have your strategy
This-
and people have like the science behind it. But when you get started, everyone thinks you have it down.
Yeah,
Shooting
so
from the hip.
Yeah.
Yep.
you guys,
That's what entrepreneurship
Andrew, I
is.
love that you
Right.
brought that up because, like I said before, I mean, we're not like killing it with marketing, but like I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've been in business 1 year. But like in the year, I've learned a lot. Had I known what I know now, like I probably wouldn't have launched, because I would have wasted another year like thinking I'm not ready. So once everything showed up, packaging all ready, I like created an Instagram account and I'm like, hey friends, how do you feel about sharing my product?
It's almost better to be ignorant, right? With
It
that
was
whole thing.
100%.
And you won't do it if you know everything.
You
like,
want to know the coolest thing? Everyone does it.
Everyone.
Everyone wants to help. There's like
Every entrepreneur that's come in here has had the same exact
No
thing.
one knows what they're doing.
no one knows. And you guys, now we don't consider ourselves competitor, but I have a great friend who's also in the supplement world, but like we have entirely different products. We were just laughing about this like 2 weeks ago, saying like no one knows what they're doing. No one knows. And like there's people that are really good at faking that they know what they're doing, which maybe that's like the way to do it. But like you're never going to have all the answers, which makes me like in the many days that I'm like, oh, Jess, like, what have you done? Like, this is a mess, or, whatever. I'm like, well, I don't know. Let's go one day ahead. Let's go. I got it.
Right.
Pick it apart.
Well, and it's so easy to compare your chapter 1 and 2 versus someone's chapter 9, 10, 11, right?
Well,
Because
yeah.
you look at even Susan Peterson,
Oh, I love Susan.
who is like the OG. You
Yeah.
can compare yourself to her right now, and anyone's going to feel intimidated and not good enough. But look at when she started as Glow Stick Susan
Yeah.
or breaking glass out of
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all of
Sewing
that kind
them
of
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like, so
rad.
when you get started, and the goal in the successful businesses, learn and evolve.
Yeah.
Like if you are the same today that you were when you started, you're not going to.
Well, right now you're
not
have to
going
be
to survive.
And
right?
like I think the thing too is like if you are comparing yourself, like if I were to sit back and compare myself to Susan, like she's done so much. But like I could run myself out of business trying to go so fast. So like if you're trying to be like, well, that person's already like all the way up there, like you have to go through all the steps. Like I mean, that's just part of the process.
Yep.
If you run too fast, you're gonna stumble, fall, and I don't know.
That's true.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, everybody does it, especially right now. Everyone's faking it right now because we're all having to make changes, right? I mean, with COVID, I mean, it's every week I have different
Everyone's
rules I have to abide by as a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It is just, it's insane. Like we start feeling like we're normalizing, and then some new stupid thing gets announced that
I
won't
know.
help a damn thing,
I
by the
know.
way.
Yeah.
And then we have to abide by
Glad
it.
we're on the
and-
same page
oh,
here.
Hell yeah, let's not get started on
No,
that.
I know.
Let's not go down
Hey,
that road. But
yeah.
I'd rather talk about periods.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
can you believe it?
Wait.
Yeah.
There was like
I've
no
said it
pause.
twice.
There
I've
was
said it
no
twice.
hesitation.
He's
Okay.
counting. I've said it twice.
Yeah.
No, I know. But that's actually like the silver lining for me because
Right.
you guys know, drum roll, usually I leave to Europe. This year I'm here. Like, what?
Yes.
I'm here. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm like, the silver lining to all this is like, I'm finally here to like give my business a go.
Right.
Like, what can this be? What can I mean, I don't know what next week's going to be. I don't know if in a month I do pick up and move.
When you have great job
So-
security too, because this ain't going anywhere,
Yeah.
right?
Right. I know.
It's awesome.
That's what I hope.
Hey.
I hope. I just have to move fast enough to where some huge brand doesn't come out and just
Here's the thing, though.
Right.
There's room for everyone.
There is,
And even
and-
if someone did it,
no, totally.
I mean, how many women are in the freaking world?
Yeah, and no one. This is exactly what I like have been talking about too. Like, no one will do it the exact same as
No.
me. No one has like not that I'm the greatest. Like, no one has Jess
Correct.
running their, period product.
Right.
Correct.
I'm Jess. I have her time. I have Mixhers, and like I have my people. We're gonna do it different than anyone else.
Well, just even like you're talking about finding the silver lining, like you get to choose. We get to choose how we act or react to things, right?
Yeah.
And so even with Corona, like you can choose to find a silver lining in anything that's going on and learn and grow,
No.
or you can just be mad
No.
about it. You
I'm
can just
done.
be
I'm done with
honoring-
silver lining. Send all the BYU kids home.
No,
kidding.
you know what? When COVID was first a thing, the first month, we're a subscription based company, which is fun. And the first month of COVID, though, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. That was a fun go. Like we were in business like 6 months, and like that's it, because cancellations were high. everyone was panicking. Like, I'm so sorry. I love Her Time. I love your products, but I can't afford it. Like, I think my husband's going to lose his job, whatever. I get it all. Then the next month, we had our biggest growth ever.
Right.
And I'm like, all right.
Like, I'm back.
I'm like,
We're
let's
home
go,
stuck
COVID.
together. We're like, we got to figure something out.
That's when most of the husbands brought her to not kidding.
That's when all the male subscriptions came in.
They're like, this is going to be a long road ahead. I know.
I think we just upped your Christmas sales with this podcast. We might have some stocking stuffers that weren't, new customers.
Yeah.
No, it's very true. Like that's one thing I hate about the media is, especially in the beginning. Well, I guess they're still doing it. Like there's still so many question marks with COVID.
Yeah.
And so everybody just feels like they have to kind of lock everything down. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Right.
Yeah.
And then they start canceling things. And then they realize like, the stimulus is coming in. Like we're still working from home. It sucks that there's so much fear thrown out before we really know anything that people have to react to that. Right.
Yeah.
And I wish they would stop doing that. Because it hurts everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So genuinely curious on like such a new business, did you have to pivot with COVID? Or was it more just kind of like, I'm going to keep going because we're so new?
So I think what we were so lucky with is that we're 100% e-commerce.
Yeah.
100%. I don't have retail anywhere. So we were able to thrive in, the beginning of COVID because everyone was online. We had, our social media grew, people were shopping. Our products, we launched a new product called Her Power, and it helps with anxiety and depression and focus, mind clarity, all the things. And that was already in the plan, but then
was that another Cody formula that she'd been doing?
Yeah. She was able to come up with it because of Mixhers. But so we have these products that, everyone had already been struggling with these issues, but then I think with COVID, anxiety, depression, those struggles were heightened. And so
did you launch products during COVID then?
Yeah.
So what is the product mix you have now?
So now we have Her Time, which we have Her Time Classic and Her Time Daily. Classic is for women to use like exclusively on their cycle.
Okay.
Her Time Daily is an easier solution for women that don't track their cycle. So just easy, one a day.
One a day, no matter what. Just like
one a day, no matter what.
Okay.
You don't have to track a cycle. You don't have to know what day to start, what day you're going to end.
Throw it in with your perk, mix it around.
Yeah,
good to go.
It might be a good little collaboration there.
You came up with
Yeah.
Perk and Shine, right?
Perk and Shine, baby.
I
I'm
love
still waiting
Perk.
for the T-shirt.
Where's my 4X tall
Come on,
t-shirt?
Darcy.
Yeah.
Perk and Shine. They better change the font so it fits my shirt too. I don't want it to be tiny. Yeah, let's like Perky Her Time. Like we could do something with
Her
that.
Time. I will pay you to wear a shirt that says Perky Her Time. How much? Let's sign right here.
Oh my gosh! I'll put it on all my Bam Bam shirts on the sleeves. Perky, brought to you by Perky Her Time.
No, then we have what's called Her Power, and that helps with focus, clarity. Have you guys heard the term nootropic? Okay.
I've heard the term.
Yeah, now you'll Google it. You'll know it's a nootropic, so it helps with like nervous system. It's really sweet. It can be a supplement in place of caffeine. I know people love caffeine. That's fine. It's really bad for women, female hormone health. So we recommend women to not be using a lot of caffeine. It just helps you feel like awake, alert, happy, present. It's just a good like alternative.
Okay.
And then we have a different product called Her Crave, which actually helps women with mindless eating, emotional eating, snacking, that like struggle that women face where they're like feeling emotional, so that you find them in their pantry, which our message is in no way, shape, or form that we have a product that helps you to not eat. That is not our messaging. It is you should be fueling, you should be eating, nourishing your body, but
Drink
also
this instead of go to the fizz drive-through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but then there are times when like you're coping with food instead of actually feeling. And so we have the solution for that just kind of keeps you out of the pantry and keeps you from like just mindless coping with food.
So stupid question.
No questions are stupid.
Yeah, Andrew.
Is everything formulated specifically for women or outside of the period?
Yeah.
product.
You know, I'm glad that you can handle that word now, Andrew. It's time to grow up, okay?
Is it all just for women? And is it formulated specifically for that?
Okay, so all of our formulas are specific for women to improve hormone health.
Okay.
However, men would have no issue using Her Power or Her Crave. Her Time,
Other than actually like pouring it into your shaker at the office, like with the big pink,
other than
like
the
Her
big
Time.
pink yeah.
We need to make
Other
some
than
like
that-
camouflage ones.
No, a lot of men actually love Her Power and Her Crave. And it's so funny how many women write us and are like, so when are you going to come out with a men's line? Because my husband wants all these products. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt a man. It's just more beneficial for women. But
I'm gonna be like super emotional and
no.
It's like Longest Yard. That's my favorite scene. Like, for you to say something like that to me. Remember that? He's putting estrogen in the big football player's drink.
yeah.
I love that scene.
No, I've had a few men, and I'm not going to say that you guys feel this way, but I've had a few men bring to my attention that they feel that men have some sort of cycle too.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I have had a couple men say that. I'm like, I know nothing about that, neither do any of my people, but it's
Neither
something
does science.
Yeah. I've had
You
a
guys have
couple men
brainwashed us. That's it.
randomly. I know. I'm like,
Women, you guys
no,
have
but
ruined
they're like,
men.
no, but
Now you got us convinced that we have a cycle.
no, but maybe I'll do it. So I'll be like, hey,
You can make
now-
more money.
Well, yeah.
Market share just went up. That's awesome.
Men, your period
Yeah.
now has the answer. They're like, wait, what?
Now I can say back to my
Everyone's
wife,
calling
like,
their
listen,
dads.
I need a minute.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? I'm like, ugh, you don't
It's his
understand.
time.
So-
You don't understand.
It's his time.
So what's the opposite of Shark Week then for us?
Oh,
How can we label it? Let's come up with a name right
Wait.
now.
I don't know.
oh my
Liar?
gosh.
Yeah, liar
Liar
week.
week.
Like, you're foolish. I'm just kidding. Like, don't steal my thunder. Yeah, that's crazy. You really have heard that from some people.
I have, honestly,
That's just low testosterone.
maybe,
Right.
you know.
I mean, it is. I was going to ask you. We were talking before you came on. Like, there are a lot of products that really. I mean, it is women, right? And I wonder, is there advantages to that? Is there disadvantages to that? Like putting that in more of neutral packaging or naming it something different to try and pull some of like the male market.
But do you lose women if you
Well,
do
that's
that
what I'm
right?
saying. Like it's I don't know or really have an opinion one way or the other.
Right.
I just am curious because it seems
I
like with
mean-
women products, I guess men products are the same thing. There are some things that are inherently just for men.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like there's a lot of things out there right now, especially that, and I wonder the psychology behind it. Because I feel like when women are fans of your product,
It's like
your
the most
product
sought
knows
after
no
demographic.
bounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all so tight. It's like the inner circle.
Yeah.
Like if you can get women behind you and they like and they're loyal to your product, you are just gonna skyrocket. So is that it? I mean, maybe I'm just thinking out loud.
No.
I've always just kind of wondered, right? Like Betty's beds. Well, I'll throw that out as an example. Like it is very, very female. And I mean, I guess I get it. I'm sure men aren't really buying the 6 million throw pillows and all the bedding in the house.
Yeah.
But there's got to be an advantage to it because it seems like a lot of really big, good companies are doing that.
Women only.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, it just made sense because I'm after female
sure.
periods.
for sure.
I'm like, and I
We're all
don't
running
really-
from
I don't
them. You're
really-
running at them.
Yeah, I don't really care to deal with you men and your
Everyone's running
cycles. So
That'd be a good poster, right? You just stand there like with your her power. It's like, I got this. We're all like running for the hills.
no.
So do you see like more products coming? Like, is that something that you're always like, mine's always racing? Like what other, like what can I create?
Yeah, and I mean, there's always improvements to be made, right?
Yeah.
Like now we're in the process of adding even more flavors to our Her Time. I mean, it all takes time, it takes money, all the stuff you guys
Yep.
know. But yeah, we're formulating new flavors of Her Time to just add more variety. We have a new flavor of Her Power that's going to be launching like a holiday edition, a new product coming in November that's entirely
cane?
new.
Peppermint,
You know what?
right? That would be awesome. You got to do a pumpkin one in the fall,
Yeah, everyone's got to have
right?
that
You
pumpkin.
got to have pumpkin.
Oh, I love pumpkin.
I think
and I'm
seasonal
usually
stuff would be cool.
Yeah. So we have new products coming out over the next 6 months.
Sky's the limit, really, like with what you're doing, which is cool. There's just so many things, especially now, like where everything's so on the go. We are all lacking vitamins and nutrients,
everything.
and to make things just simple and easy. Like I've always loved this type of packaging.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't have a water bottle around?
It's in your water bottle, right?
And so, it is sky's the limit as far as vitamins and other things that you have to do. And it's got to be kind of cool to be able to create that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and my hope is that, we've created a brand that women have now learned to trust. I hope we've gained their trust. And so, it's top priority to me to make every product something I trust and am proud of to put in front of the women that are trusting us already and just increasing their trust. And then they become your most loyal customers because they'll buy everything you put out there because they know that we genuinely care about what they're using. So that's the goal. Is I spend a lot of time thinking through, I kind of say her needs sun up to sundown. So I'm like, that's my goal, is like, what do I need every morning when I wake up? What do I need in the afternoon? What do I need in the evening? What do I need? That's kind of the goal, is just everything she needs from sun up to sundown. You could trust us.
Very cool.
So do you see it being more like separate product lines or like complements? Like like your main product, do you see like other supplements or other herbs coming in to maybe increase the efficiency of that? Or is it more, we're going to solve different problems now?
So it's actually funny you said that, because I was just meeting yesterday with my manufacturer, and we are adding one new ingredient to Her Time. So that is improving. Just there's been a new ingredient that we've discovered and are like, hey, that needs to be in there as well. But then the separate products, like the brand new one that's coming out in November, like it's an entirely different product. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Is that
awesome.
always scary?
100%. 100%. I mean, you don't know. I mean, this is the thing too, is like, you can get into the marketing when everyone's like, test your market, fill them out, polls, all the things.
Yeah,
and then
it's
it's
just
like,
thousands of dollars.
You
Test it.
right? And I'm like, wait, if you do all that, you're like 2 years out. I don't have a team of 72 people that do that for me. So really, like for us, I just run with it, because I'm like, the best way for me to know is when it's actually out there for people to buy, because the polls could be like, oh, well, your top customers didn't even take it that day. Or like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I know all of the marketing strategies are legit, but when you're small like me, I'm like, I just kind of run. I kind of run with it, and I'm like, please, fingers crossed.
You got to throw it against the wall and see what sticks sometimes.
Yeah. And it's like the same thing. I know I could launch some products, and then maybe in 6 months we'll be like, well, pull that one. Let's stop with that one. Whatever.
That's a lot of money. I mean, that's a big investment, and it's hard. There's so many people that go into business like you. So I would say with restaurants, I just have this experience, but so many restaurants fail.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest reasons I've seen is they think that it has to be perfect from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have the light fixtures and the furniture. Like, there's nothing wrong with starting small and just going as fast as you can kind of afford to and handle it, and just grow slow and keep the stress and insanity of big loans out of the picture. And,
totally.
But it is scary, because I mean, sometimes it's like, well, they'll lend me the money. Like, I can do this all right off the bat. Let's go big. But
yeah, but don't you think there's something to that as well? Like I think that some of your most loyal customers for you here in a restaurant, or from me with Mixhers, whatever, they like to see you from the beginning. Like totally. I think people love to be like, oh my gosh, like I see you guys adding more. Like, yay. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I think there's something to like the lean, the mean, the
I
steady
agree.
growth. And
they
I'm
want
like,
to be a part of it.
yeah.
I had people
They
mad
take
at me when I
ownership
put
in
an
it.
asphalt parking lot. They're like, I miss the gravel. Like, it just made this place like off the beaten path. Like, I loved hearing the crunch under the ground. Like, it was so funny to me. But yeah, people like small, and they like feeling like they found it early, and
Yeah.
they were loyal, and they grow
well,
with
and
it.
you
but-
appreciate those people so much. Like,
sure.
you know, those people that are just diehards, you're like,
and it is, and you're right. It's a better story, like because you're
It's a
moving at
personal
your own
connection.
pace. Yes.
yeah,
right?
well,
Like-
I don't have like huge funding. I don't have
Right.
investors that are backing everything. Like, it is the grind.
Right.
And so it is the blood, sweat, and tears. Like, it does hurt when someone's like, this stuff's garbage or whatever. Like, it totally hurts because it's like, it's been me
Right.
putting in all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears. So
Right.
it's like, you're not going to please everyone.
For sure.
Not everyone's going to, you know, be your returning subscriber. But then like you find those core people that are like, oh, I am telling the world about this. It's changed my life, changed my daughter's lives, whatever.
Well,
and
it's another story from a mom, which is so cool. Like, some of our favorites have just been like, I mean, stay-at-home mom,
yeah.
brilliant idea, like no business background whatsoever,
Oh, that's me.
right? And they had an idea and they just went for it.
You guys want to hear a funny Susan Peterson story?
Sure.
Okay, so she's so awesome. Like, I mean, you know, everyone worships Susan.
We love Susan.
And I know Susan well. And I did the Hive.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I did it. And I needed to do it. I didn't do the first one because I live in Europe. And so the time change was just nuts. I would have been waking up at like 4 a.m. But I did round 2. Loved it. I learned so much. But you guys, Susan, if you're listening, you're going to laugh at this. She did a financing, like one of the lessons,
right.
well, nights, whatever, was on financing. And she had this accounting guy come on. I cried. You guys, I got it. Guys, I got off and I'm like, I called my brother. No, I was at my brother's house. I was like, yeah, I started falling crying. I'm like, I'm doing everything wrong. I don't have forecasting done. And I don't know how much I spent on this. And I was falling crying. My brother was laughing so hard. He's like, yeah, and you've been in business for 9 months.
Yep.
So like the fact you don't, anyway, but it did give me a good kick in the butt because my brother's like, well, yeah, now you know something you don't, because like I'm saying, I don't know how to run a
Right.
business, but my brother's like, get to it now because you're only 9 months
You just
into
need to know
business.
how to hire an accountant.
Yeah,
That's
I
it,
did.
right?
I sure did. I mean, it's just like I'm like, what's a P&L?
It's the email I get from my accountant once a month. That's what that
I
is.
did that this morning. Oh, it sucked.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I know.
I'm so grateful for my book, Stacy, if you're listening. I love you so much. Thank you. But no, you're right. And that's the thing. Like, you want to create, you want to solve these problems. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what you should be focusing on. And that's what people, they think they have to do everything.
Do what you do.
That's
great
another
and
very
hire
valuable
people.
lesson for a
No,
business
that's
owner,
100%.
right?
That's
Isn't-
what I learned too from Susan.
Yeah.
Do what you do best and hire out the rest.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, you have to, it's not saving money at that point, right? You're losing money at that point.
Yeah.
Invest in somebody that can do the things that you're not good at. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time.
Yeah, and
Right.
I have found that like my business doesn't grow when I'm stressed about things that I'm never going to be good at.
Right.
Like I'm out of the creative space. I'm not thinking about, new social strategies, the things that I am good at, and I will
Right.
I'm good in these areas. If I'm wasting my energy on the things that I really have no interest in, I need to have an idea about where my
The
business is
spreadsheet
headed.
will kill most people.
Yeah.
Right? There's a small select group that like those, like Andrew
Yeah.
and Brett. They like spreadsheets.
They're my friend.
Yeah, I hate them. Oh my gosh, I hate them. But yeah, that's why. I mean, that's what makes everything work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't do anything by yourself. You gotta have help. And the quicker you learn that, and especially with entrepreneurship, the better off you are.
Yeah.
So spend the money, get the accountant now, people.
So is all of your products, they all subscription based, or do people buy just packs?
So you can purchase one time,
Okay.
but it's less expensive to subscribe. We have like a flexible cancellation. You're never like locked in. We don't
Yeah.
do that annoying like, well, you signed up for a year, so it keeps charging. Like, nope, if you don't like it, you cancel. You just get a better price if you subscribe. And really the reason for the subscription is it makes it a no-brainer for women
If it's
that their
happening
cycle
monthly, you might
comes
as well be
monthly.
paying
You might
for
as
it.
well not be thinking about it every month. Like, oh, I need to hurry and buy her
What a
time.
fantastic business model to have like a monthly
agree.
need that you, I mean, let's talk about like product
That's what I
side,
was saying,
just
job
the business
security.
side.
You're
I
good.
mean, it's like everyone's trying to get that monthly recurring revenue. And it's like, you have a monthly recurring problem.
How dare you call it a problem, Andrew? How dare you? I'm
Edit
sorry,
that.
Jenna. I am sorry you
Edit
said that.
that.
He should be in lots of trouble. You know, it was funny. I just noticed when you were saying it almost feels like you're still like having to talk yourself into the subscription thing being okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I think most people would be mad if it wasn't a subscription. Because I
Well-
think nowadays, when we find something that we like,
You
it's-
just wanna-
so
you
we
don't wanna
use
think
knife
about it.
sharpeners in here.
Yeah.
And finally, like 5 years in, they're just disposable. They work great for about a month. And I noticed on Amazon there was subscribe and save, and I'm like,
Done.
oh my gosh, I'm just gonna have 2 of these
Hallelujah.
things delivered every month. It's the greatest. It's like same day every month. Our new
Yeah.
sharpeners get here, we throw away the old ones. So that's the thing, like with a product like this, where it is something that you need to use every day or monthly.
Yeah.
Why not?
It takes the thinking out of it.
Right, I
I mean,
think
women
people
have
want
enough.
that.
They're already thinking about. They're already trying to remember.
Right.
And so we take the thinking out of it. I just think one thing that people hate is when they feel like they're locked into a subscription.
Sure.
So that's
Yeah.
where I'm like, we do nothing like that. You know.
Right. And I don't think people feel like that. Like if
Good.
they sign up for it, they
Yeah.
they know they want
They
it.
can
and-
cancel and it's gone in one day. Like,
Sure.
you know.
So where,
awesome.
so where can they find you? Where are we sending everybody? Because if they don't know about you,
Yeah.
husbands are going to buy
Yeah.
some presents for wives right now.
Do you
Love
do
that.
very speedy delivery?
Very,
for
you
people that
know what?
forgot?
You
It's
know,
like, please,
You have overnight.
overnight AM delivery.
oh yeah. So you can find us on Instagram at Mixhers, Mixhers.
Great name, by the way.
Hey.
It really is.
Thanks,
an awesome
DJ.
Name. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram or our website is just mixhers.com. Just remember the H, mixhers.com.
So what would you suggest if someone hasn't tried it? Like what is like the go-to? Like they're listening, like I'm going to give this a shot. Like what
Yeah.
is like your,
Her Time Daily is our top seller.
Okay.
It's because it's easiest for people to use. It's actually not as common as you would think for women to track their cycle. So it's like women just use it every day with their multivitamin or just that like morning first drink. So Her Time Daily is our top seller. That's what I recommend
By
everyone.
track your cycle, you just mean like knowing when it starts. every
Totally. Like the start day and the end day.
month. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, our classic product people need to be tracking. So the daily product is just a no-brainer.
okay. Well, go check it out. Such a cool business.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Oh my goodness. Thanks for
so glad we
You
got
guys
to do
made
this.
it.
I feel like if I could clap in this
man.
microphone, I would. Like you guys, you did so great talking about. Come on,
love
let's
it.
hear it. 1, 2, 3 all together. 1, 2, 3. Period.
Oh, no.
No, see,
said it
I
4
feel
times
comfortable,
already.
but
Guys,
I
I
think
thought
we're
we
there.
did-
I think we're
We
there.
were all holding hands when we said that, you guys. Watch the YouTube. You're
Go
going to love
team,
it.
Go.
Where, I keep thinking, where in Europe have you been? Like, I was
my
just
God.
curious.
Yeah.
Probably all over, right?
Yeah, so we have been in Spain, Turkey, Italy, and Russia, and we've been in Europe for 11 years.
Wow. What's been your favorite?
Spain by
Spain,
far.
for sure, huh?
Yeah, we lived in the south in a place called Malaga,
Wow.
and yeah, Spain's our favorite. We've been there about 6 years.
Very cool.
It's fun.
I'm ready for a European soccer trip. Spain is like
I'm
first
ready
on the
for
list.
any trip right now.
Yeah.
That's true. I was
I
telling
know.
Ashley, I was telling her the other day, I haven't been back to my mission yet in Chile,
Yeah.
and every airfare is so cheap right now.
You're like, do we go?
And I'm just like, I just need an adventure. I seriously might just take off. I just want to go and like say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
Well-
the hood, so I don't really want to take Ashley because I don't want to have to worry about anything. Because like my mission was pretty like, there's a lot of sketchy places.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I'm just like, I have the bug to just get the
Just to
hell out of
go.
here.
I need something to look forward to.
You know what though? I know my episode's over, so you can edit this out. You can cut me off.
It's not over till it's over.
Okay. We were in quarantine for 47 days in Spain, locked in, you guys.
Oh
You've
my
got to go
gosh.
back on my personal Instagram. It was like we just did a theme every day. It was super fun for like 30 days, and then we were like, "This is not fun." My kids couldn't go out. Like European quarantine was not a Utah quarantine. My
Oh
kids
my
didn't leave for
gosh.
47 days. But the travel, my point is, we traveled home, flight from London to Chicago on a plane for 275 people. There were 25 of us.
Whoa.
It was the coolest thing ever. My kids were just
That would be
running
amazing.
all over.
Just like laying down on the whole row.
Oh, totally. The flight attendants were like, "Where do you want to sit? First class? You want a whole row back
That's
there?"
wild.
It was so crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
I miss travel the most.
Dude, see, that's the thing. This is the time of year where I'm traveling like 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the same.
And it's so, I hate it. Like, I miss it so bad. Like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Will you make a product that helps us cope with not traveling?
Yeah. Cody, are you listening here? What's the formula for that?
What's the science behind missing travel, and how do I solve that problem?
How's he feeling with no basketball? Like, is he,
You know
is he
what
coping?
is it's totally been a weird
'Cause that's hard for
transition for our
athletes.
family because it just forced kind of a weird semi-retirement.
Yeah.
Because now they're back and playing basketball, no fans, but there's no school, there's no activities for my kids. So we
Right.
made kind of the executive decision that until life can be normal for our kids, we don't move.
Right.
So it's tough. It's for sure been a transition period because my husband's in this limbo. Like
he over-
So he's not done with it. He's just done
he's
this
not
year.
done. Like
Oh, okay.
we've done years where my husband like has gone for a couple months and then we move to Russia. Like we wait for visas, then we go and we meet up. But like we've never done a year apart where like just he goes.
Gotcha.
So really
is
right
he
now,
there playing right now?
no,
Okay.
he's here because we've never wanted to do like the 10 months apart.
Yeah.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, it totally would. My husband's like, it's not worth it to
Right.
like. My job is something I love to do, but like without your family, it's,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
So you know where this is going, right? The follow-up episode is when he's working for you.
Okay, no wait, you guys.
Oh, holy crap.
you guys-
That's right.
No,
that
wait.
always happens.
That's
You
my
guys,
favorite thing about
this is the best thing. You ready?
That always
He's
happens.
currently our Mixhers intern.
I love it.
You guys, he has one class and one internship to graduate from UVU, and UVU every year is like, how do we get you graduated? What do we need to do to get you graduated? But we always leave, and you usually have to be taking tests in the
Right.
testing center. So they're like, you're here, you're signed up, these are your classes, what's your internship? And I'm like, got you.
You need to put him over the athlete division.
Yeah.
Like seriously, with women's sports blowing up the way that they are, like this could be a huge.
I'm telling you.
Like I think of Ashley Hatch,
Yep.
right? Like because she does a lot with
She
what's
just,
that
like,
supplement
she
company?
just got invited to the U.S. team.
Oh, I love it.
Sweet.
I'm so happy. I really want her to go play in England. There's a new women's league. Like it's all the like big clubs in
Yeah.
England. Now they're starting like they have a super league for women. Anyway,
Telling
but
you, that's interview 2.0 of Mixers when he's working with
Ryan's
you.
like, yeah, done.
he's handling the athlete division. I mean, for real. Can you imagine getting the like World Cup women's team, the soccer team? That is
Hey,
a
he's
big
already
deal.
out there like
Right.
repping female hormones. He told the UPS lady the other day what he was. She's like, "What is this?" He's like, "Well, it's actually a product that can help you." Like, and dying the next day, I went to like ship some different things off, and she's like, "Was that your cute husband that was telling me how I can fix my? He was so cute." And I'm like, "That's all I need to do is send him around and talk to."
That's awesome. See, I think the athlete, there's so many girls playing sports and it's just growing and growing and growing. But yeah, that's got to be such a pain to have to just like, if you got a big game that happens on Shark Week,
Yeah,
oh man. I mean, that could be a game changer.
Yeah.
And it would still be fun because he'd still be in athletics.
love it.
Because it's really hard. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's always a really tough conversation. Like when
Yeah.
they
Time
don't,
to let
when
go.
pro athletes, when it's time to be done.
yeah.
Oh man, that's hard. So
Well,
it's like, if you
and-
can find a way to stick with it. You know, if it's not coaching, there's other ways to do it. But this could be a really cool thing for him to do. So yeah, I'm excited for him to work for you so we can talk about it.
Episode
Be like
2.0.
the 7th or 8th husband that quit their job and went to work for their wives when
So
they started
awesome.
businesses.
Yep.
Actually, probably more than that in here.
We've had a lot of that.
There's been a lot. Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
So everyone, go check them out.
Mixhers.
Let us
Right?
know what you think.
Let us know what you think. Just watch your language. Like just use, Shark Week, like a B day or an A day.
I
definitely
like
not
it,
gonna-
though,
We're definitely not
'cause-
going to post about it, but
you're not gonna join my affiliate program. You're gonna be swipe up. Her time.
we do have an affiliate for makeup.
That's true.
There you go.
We're like,
Why not?
it's like women,
I'll represent
women
you guys
power in
might
this
be our
place.
top affiliate. You never know.
I love it.
Why not?
We are in.
We are fully in supporting you. So anything we
Hey.
can do, you let us know. For real, though.
Okay, thanks.
So
No,
thanks
it's
for
an
coming
awesome
on. It's
story.
been a ton of fun.
Thanks, you guys.